Hey everyone, James Azar here with CyberHub Engage. Good morning. We're at RSA, and as promised, we are at Foga De Chao with our friends at RSac. Hanging out here today. We've got some great panels coming up, some capture the flag going on in the back there. People eating, having a good time, getting started. Today's Tuesday, February 25th, 2020, and here are our headlines for your daily cyber briefing. The FBI makes an arrest in a DDoS attack on a candidate's website. The UK financial watchdog admits to leaking confidential consumer data. Google patches Chrome 0-day under active attacks, and PayPal accounts abused in mass for unauthorized payments. And now for your daily cyber briefing, live from RSA with our friends at RSac and our friends at Synopsys. The FBI has arrested a suspect who's charged in connection with waging a DDoS attack against the campaign website of an unsuccessful 2018 Democratic candidate for the U.S. House in California. The FBI's criminal complaint in the case claims that Arthur Jan Dam, who lives in California, conducted 4 DDoS attacks between April 20th of 2018 and May 29th, 2018 against the campaign website of an unnamed Democratic primary candidate for the U.S. House of Representatives in California, who ultimately lost his bid for the House. The candidate targeted is believed to be Brian Cafurio, who narrowly lost to former Representative Katie Hill in the 2018 Democratic primary election in the California 25th Congressional District, according to multiple news reports. Dam's wife was Hill's fundraiser during the campaign and later her district director, the news site The Hill reports. Hill was elected to the House of Representatives in November of 2018 and resigned from her post only a short year later after the House Ethics Committee investigated her allegedly having an inappropriate relationship with a congressional staffer. The FBI arrested Dam on charges of intentionally damaging and attempting to damage a protected computer. The cyber attack caused the victim's website to be down for about 21 hours during the campaign, which one of the attacks taken place during a live political debate, according to one of the complaints. As a result of the cybersecurity incident, the victim reportedly spent between $27,000 to $30,000 to restore systems and saw a reduction in campaign donations, according to the FBI. The DDoS attacks originated from an Amazon Web Service account that was used by Dam, the complaint says. The FBI says it found that Dam had conducted extensive research on the victim, as well as on various types of cyber attacks, including DDoS attacks and DNS amplification attacks. Web hosting service SiteGround, which hosted the victim's website, informed the campaign about observed DDoS activity. According to the complaint, SiteGround told the victim that the high levels of activities could be either due to a malicious DDoS attack or due to /dot effect, which is when popular website links to smaller sites, hence directing large amounts of traffic to the smaller site. In the May log file, the FBI found that 17 IP addresses had accessed or attempted to access the victim's website more than 10,000 times over the span of 2 hours. The FBI investigated 61 of the IP addresses involved in the DDoS attack and found that they were all tied to AWS, the filing said, adding that AWS identified 46 of those IP addresses to a single account. Furthermore, the AWS account linked to the attacks was billed to Arthur Dam, and the phone number linked to the account is tied to the company where Dam works, the FBI states. So simply saying, espionage. And now to our next story, where the UK financial authority, the FCA, has admitted to a data breach that exposed confidential information belonging to roughly 1,600 consumers. On Tuesday, the financial watchdog said its information exposure occurred following the public release of data in response to a Freedom of Information Act request. The Freedom of Information Act request can be made in the UK for records held by public authority. The request at the heart of the data leak was made in relation to how many complaints were made against the FCA and handled by the authority's complaints team between January 2nd, 2018 and July 17th, 2019. When these records were published and made available on the FCA website in a document, the confidential information of complainants, of which there were approximately 1,600 during the time frame, were also made public. Certain underlying confidential information may have been accessible, the FCA says. The publication of this information was a mistake. Names, complaint description, addresses, telephone numbers, and other information was exposed, although it's believed that roughly half of the individuals included only had their names revealed and nothing else. No financial information, including passport ID records, were published, the agency said. The FCA has now removed the records and is contacting the consumers involved in the leak directly to apologize. This puts the FCA in a bit of a bind, simply because while this Freedom of Information Act happened under the GDPR, and there are ramifications through the Information Commissioner's Office in the UK, who's been notified of the incident, and the ICO has been known in the UK to fine companies including Tesco with a $16.4 million, £16.4 million tax for a lax security standard in the wake of a cyber attack against their customers last year. The FCA says we've taken immediate action to ensure this cannot happen again. We have undertaken a full review to identify the extent of any information that may have been accessible, and our primary concern is to ensure the protection and safeguarding of individuals who have been identified from the data. And now to another story. While we're at RSA, 0 days are very, very, very important topics that are often discussed here at Foga De Chao with our friends at CyberHub and all over the floor of RSA and the different centers. And so Google today has released a Chrome update to address 3 security bugs, including a 0-day vulnerability that is being actively exploited in the wild. Details about these attacks are not yet public, and we don't know how this bug is being used against Chrome users. All we know is that attacks were discovered last week on February 18th by Clement Lessine, a member of Google's Threat Analysis Group, a division of Google that investigates and tracks threat actor groups. Patches for this 0 days have been released as part of Chrome version 80.0.39 or 87.122. The update is available for Windows, Mac, and Linux users, but not Chrome OS, iOS, and Android. The 0 day is tracked under the identifier of CVE 2020-6418 and is described only as a type confusion in V8. V8 is Chrome's component that's responsible for processing JavaScript code. A type confusion refers to coding bugs during which an app initializes data execution operations using input of a specified type, but is strict into treating the input as a different type. This is the third Chrome 0 day that's been exploited in the wild in the past year. Google has patched the first Chrome 0 day and the second in March and November of last year, respectively. Chrome also comes with 2 additional security updates. However, those have not been exploited in the wild as of yet. And now to our final story, and one that is of magnificent magnitude. Hackers have found a bug in PayPal's Google Play integration and are now using it to carry out unauthorized transactions via PayPal accounts. Since last Friday, users have reported seeing mysterious transactions pop up in their PayPal history as originating from their Google Play account. Issues have been reported on numerous platforms such as PayPal's forums, Reddit, Twitter, and Google Pay's Russian and German support forums. Victims reported that hackers abused Google Pay accounts to buy products using linked PayPal accounts. According to screenshots and various testimonies, most of the illegal transactions are taking place at U.S. stores and especially at Target stores across New York. Most of the victims appear to be German users. Estimated damages are in the range of tens of thousands of euros based on public reports, and some of the unauthorized transactions go well over the €1,000 mark, which is just around $1,200. What bug hackers are exploiting is not yet clear. PayPal told ZDNet they are investigating the issue. A Google spokesperson did not return a request for comment. Today on Twitter, German security researchers named Marcus Fensky said the illegal transactions that have been reported over the weekends appear to be similar to a bug he and fellow security researchers Andres Meyer reported to PayPal in February of 2019, but which PayPal did not prioritize to fix. Fensky told ZDNet that the bug he found stems from the fact that when you link a PayPal account to a Google Pay account, PayPal creates a virtual card complete with its own card number, expiration date, and CVV. When a Google Pay user chooses to make a contactless payment using funds from his PayPal account, the transaction is charged via this virtual card. The researcher said there could be 3 ways in which an attacker could get a virtual card's detail. First, by reading the card details from a user's phone screen. Secondly, programmatically by using malware that infects a user's device. And third, by guessing it, which seems unlikely. In a statement, PayPal has said they've already addressed this issue as of several hours ago this morning, and are saying that they're still investigating to understand the source and the extent of the damage of this specific challenge. That's it for our daily cyber briefing today. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you stop by Foga De Chao and say hi to our friends at SNAC. We'll be hanging out here all day today, and we'll be tomorrow with our friends at Synopsys over on the floor, and back here on Thursday at Foga De Chao across the street from Moscone. So stop by, say hello, grab some food. The buffet just looks amazing. Come hang out, say hi, be on the podcast, join us, and let us know what you're really concerned about at this year's RSA. Until I see you folks in a few hours, stay cyber safe.